Hey internet friends, welcome to or welcome back to our channel, Don't Quit Your Day Job. If you're watching this video, that means that you want to go over my spring TBR with me. So I am not someone who does a TBR every single month. I never would stick to it. It would always be constantly just books I just picked that I said I wanted to read and then didn't read because I'm a very big mood reader. However, what I can do is seasonally pick some books that I'd like to read in that season, and that I have a much better chance of completing and finishing. So these are the 10 books that I really want to get to this spring. They are in no way, shape, or form springy. Some are, some aren't. They're just books that I'm very interested in right now that I think between now and the end of May, beginning of June, I can get through. And then obviously talk about them on the channel. So I have 3 that I don't have with me, and then I have 7 of them that are here and I have right next to me. So the first one of the 3 that I don't have with me is Scythe and Sparrow. It's the Ruinous Love Trilogy's 3rd one. It stars Fionn and his lady, I don't remember her name, but it stars them. You've seen them in the first 2 books. The Butcher and Blackbird is the first book in this series. It's incredibly popular. It's about serial killers who fall in love, a romantic comedy about serial killers. I enjoyed Butcher and Blackbird. I liked Leather and Lark better, and I'm very excited to see this one. This one has a circus element to it, so I'm very excited to see what happens and see how this concludes itself. This is a series that you need to read the trigger warnings for. Each book has a list of things that if you are easily queasy, that sort of stuff, I would say steer away from these books, as it has ruined food for a lot of people I have heard on the internet. The second book that I want to read does not actually come out until May 13th. It's called No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Mack. This is the second in the vacation series. The first one's called Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies. This one is about Eleanor, who we see in the first one, and she is at the wedding on Catalina Island of her best friend and her best friend's fiance. Her best friend plays the main character in Eleanor's book in this premiere of this movie, and the fiance plays Connor, Eleanor's ex, and leading man in the book series. So they're playing the 2 leads of this series. And the bride gets a note that says that someone's going to die at the wedding, and it's their job to figure out who's going to die before the wedding goes off. And I loved the very first one. The very first one was laugh out loud funny, so I'm very excited on May 13th to pick up the next installment in the series. Book 3 is Main Characters by Hannah Orenstein. I'm told, here's what I know about the book. I found out about the book last week, so I don't know a ton about it. I'm told that it's Parent Trap for adults. I absolutely loved the Lindsay Lohan movie when I was a kid, so I'm very, very excited to read the book. It's about 2 sisters, and their father has just passed away. One sister knows about the other sister. The other sister has no clue that the second sister exists, and it's about them and I believe their father's cottage. It comes out on May 13th, and I'm very excited to read. I think this is going to be much more like lit fic. So the 4th book that I want to read, I actually have with me, and that's the start of all of the books that I have with me, and it is called The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This is by Laurie Gilmore. You may have heard of this author before. She came on the scene, at least under this pen name. I do know that she writes paranormal romance under a different pen name, but under this pen name with the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which takes place in the autumn. These are very seasonally themed. I've read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnabon Bookstore. I have not read the Christmas Tree Farm. I didn't get to it this Christmas. It wasn't available via Libby, and I hadn't bought it yet. So it will be on my winter TBR this year for me to read, because I do like to read books like this seasonably. This book is about a new single dad named Archer. He's a chef, and he opens up a Strawberry Patch Pancake House in this tiny town that they all live in. And it's about Iris, who we've met before. She's the character that comes in that we've seen in the previous books. And she is really hard for her to keep a job down. And so the mayor offers her services as a nanny to Archer, the single dad. And so it's a nanny single dad romance. taking place in this small town. It's the fourth in a series. They are all standalones. You don't have to read them in order, and I'm really excited to get to this one. So that's the fourth book. My fifth book is actually by an author that I read this March. I read her Under Lock and Key book, which is a Loch Ness Monster romance. And then I have read The Nanny from her before. Her name is Lana Ferguson. And this one is called The Game Changer. It's a hockey romance starring a guy by the name of Ian and a woman by the name of Delilah. So Delilah owns a public access baking show whose numbers are dwindling. And Ian has just been part of a PR nightmare of a very public breakup. So she wants to boost her numbers. He wants to boost his image. And they have the great idea of doing that by getting Boston hockey fans into her show by bringing him on the show and boosting her numbers, as well as making him look like a better guy and boosting his PR image. And so that's what I know about this book. I'm very excited. I love a good hockey romance, so we'll see how this one stacks up. But that is the fifth book, Lana Ferguson's The Game Changer. My sixth book is from an author I've never read from before, but she's very well known for her Love Light Farm series. I've never read it. It's something I might check out this winter, as the first one is a Christmas tree farm, so it's very seasonally appropriate. And this one is called First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, and it is a Sleepless in Seattle retelling starring Aiden and Lucy. So Aiden runs a love radio show, and he has fallen out of love. Lucy's daughter calls into the radio show because Lucy's never dated in all the years that her daughter's been alive, and so the viewers, the listeners of the radio show, they fall in love with this story of Lucy, and they bring her on the show, and she's going to start dating different men through the radio show. When sparks fly behind the scenes between Aiden and Lucy, what are they to do? So I love Sleepless in Seattle. That's really what drew me to this one, so I'm very excited to try this one. 7 is my first thriller by Rachel Hawkins, and it is about Jane and Eddie. All that I know about this is that Eddie had a wife before Jane, and all I want to know about this is Eddie had a wife before Jane. And Jane falls in love with Eddie, marries Eddie, and it's something to do with a love triangle between him, his first wife, and his current wife, Jane. So that's all I know about it. I am very excited to read it. I hear that it's very twisty. So The Wife Upstairs, it's my only thriller on the list, but I'm very excited. I'm in a very big romance mood right now, so most of my spring TBR is romance. My thriller reading tends to happen more in the fall time and winter time, and romance tends to dominate spring and summer. So the next book is Fight by Sloane St. James, and it is about a hotshot firefighter and a girl by the name of Prescott Timmons, and she finds herself in a life or death situation with Mother Nature, and he comes to save her. It's a series. This is the first in the series of the Skyridge series. I'm very excited to read. What drew me to this series actually is my best friend actually told me about, is that each of the books in the series is written by a different author, and they are all collaborated together to write books based on this woman from the 1950s pinup drawing. So instead of pinup women, she did pinup men. And so they each took a picture and then they wrote a story based on it. So I'm very excited to read this, and if I like it, I'm very excited to pick up the other two as well. Book number, I want to say we're on book number 9, is a fantasy. It's my only fantasy in the series, and it is Uprooted. I love fairy tale retellings, and I have been told that this is a fairy tale retelling-esque. Like, it gives you fairy tale retelling vibes, and so I'm very excited to read it. It is about a village where every 10 years a man they call the dragon comes, and he picks a woman to come, or a girl, to come live with him in his castle and take care of him for 10 years. And then when she's let go, she gets this huge dowry. And she is given all the finer things in life that she should want. And so it is this season, it's been 10 years and the season's about to happen. And they think that he's going to take a different girl, but instead he takes Agnieszka, who they never expected, and it's her story of what happens once she's taken by the dragon. And I'm very excited. Like I said, I love a retelling or fairy tale-esque type things, and this is giving off very big fairy tale vibes. Now, if I do love this one, Naomi Novik has a second book called Spinning Silver, and so that one I can try in the summertime if I really love it. So like I said, fantasy and thrillers usually are in the fall, but I love to just place one on my spring and summer TBR so that I have some palette cleansers in between all of the romance. My final one is a book of the month pick from a long time ago, from 2023, January of 2023. And it's called Lunar Love. It's about a woman, and her name is, I don't remember, Olivia. And she is taking over her grandmother's matchmaking service at the same time that a man by the name of Bennett, LA's Most Eligible Bachelor, has started a app to kind of compete with Olivia's matchmaking service using the zodiac symbol. So her grandmother used the zodiac, your zodiac sign, to play into your matchmaking, and he's using that play in his app. So it's these two go up against, so it's an enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers kind of romance, where he's using her and may tank her family business with his new hotshot app. So these are the 10 books plus 3 more. So these are the 7 books plus 3 more that I want to read. They are Scythe and Sparrow, No One's Supposed to Die at This Wedding, Main Characters, The Strawberry Pancake House, The Game Changer, First Time Caller, The Wife Upstairs, Fight Volume 1, Uprooted, and Lunar Love. So, if you have read any of these, please comment below what you thought of them, if you love them, if you hated them. Please also comment below what your spring TBR is. And if you don't feel like you have anything to say, but you've made it all the way to the end of this, comment a dragon for Lunar Love. Comment a dragon for the year of the dragon. I want to say I was born the year of the dragon, or one of my sons was born the year of the dragon. So comment a dragon down below. As always, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment. We appreciate each and every one of you being here. Stay cozy, stay reading, and don't quit your day job unless you really want to.